This video is presenting to you, the viewers and the audience, a very detailed and thorough analysis and documentary on the construction of the second Niger Bridge in Anambra State, Nigeria, that was recently opened to traffic and motorists. The second Niger Bridge will now replace an existing first Niger Bridge that was completed and opened to traffic and motorists in 1965 and is now obsolete. It is important to emphasize that this second River Niger Bridge project was developed and funded through a public-private partnership, triple P's, involving Julius Berger and the Nigerian government. The private contractor Julius Berger provided the planning, logistic, and construction of the second Niger Bridge. The scope of the work of the second Niger Bridge comprises the construction of a 1.60 kilometers or approximately 1.01 miles long dual elevated single cell pre-stressed concrete bus girder bridges across River Niger with a maximum span of 150 meters or about 500 feet, as well as one motorway interchange junction, one toll station, and 10 kilometers or 6.31 miles of dual highway road network. The project is divided into three sections, which are: 1. The main bridge, which is about 630 meters or 2,100 feet long, with 5 staging fields and a maximum span of 150 meters or 500 feet long. The west approach, which is about 755 meters or 2,517 feet long, and 14 staging fields with 55 meters or 183 feet span each. And finally, the east approach is about 205 meters or 683 feet long and 4 staging fields with 55 meters or 183 feet span each. The following are the standard steps that are needed to construct any bridge across a river or body of water. Step 1. Conduct a site analysis to determine the best location to build a bridge based on the following criteria or factor. 1. The width of the river, in this case River Niger, the depth of the River Niger, the strength of the water currents in River Niger, the soil conditions at the bottom of the River Niger. The chosen location should be able to support the weight of the bridge, to withstand the loads it will be subjected to be easily accessible for construction materials or for construction purposes, and be cost effective to build. Step 2. Design the bridge or the design of second River Niger Bridge. First, determine the type of bridge to build based on the span of the bridge, the terrain of the location, the type of loads the bridge will need to support, and the availability of local material and resources at the location. The main type of bridge to consider are, which you are looking here, is 1. Girder or longer beam bridge for cost-effective and for shorter span bridges. Arch bridge for span over valleys. or mountains, suspension bridge for longer span over water, and cable stay bridge for medium and long span bridge. After selecting the type of bridge to construct, then the designer would carry out the analysis and determine the size and shape of the components of the bridge. By calculating the loads and stresses the bridge will be able to withstand, by calculating the size of the girders or longer beams and other structural elements or components that make up the bridge. The size and the shape of this component will depend on the loads that the bridge will need to support, as well as materials, properties, and manufacturer's capabilities. Step 3. Preparation of the construction site. This may involve dredging the River Niger at the bridge location for piles installation or for installation of the piles. Building the staging area or the field for the equipment and material needed for the work. Building temporary support structures, including staging the cranes, the dredgers, the loaders, the concrete plants, pre-stressed concrete facility, dump trucks, concrete trucks, etc., etc. Installing the coffer dams, enclosure and fencing, and other support structures and trailers needed for this work. Step 4. Construct the second Niger Bridge. Based on the field data developed during the site analysis, the designers should be or will be able to determine that the second Niger Bridge should be designed and constructed on a single cell pre-stressed concrete box girders or bigger and longer size beams bridges across the River Niger. In summary, these single cells pre-stressed concrete box girders were fabricated on site behind the abutments and placed on the constructed reinforced concrete bridge abutment with piles foundation and mechanically pushed onto the constructed reinforced concrete piers on pile foundations. Then the concrete and the asphalt bridge deck were placed on top of the girders. Traffic barriers and other safety devices were then installed afterwards. Several phases were used to construct the two single-cell pre-stressed concrete box girders bridges in parallel across the River Niger. Phase 1. Dredging was completed to remove unsuitable and muddy soil using dredgers and dredge pipes and bucket, and piles and pile cap were then installed for the deep foundation needed over water. Temporary support structures were used for this work. The piles were installed to withstand the water current and to support the dead load of the bridge and the dynamic load of the traffic and wind. Phase 2A. Installation of the piers and pier caps. Temporary support structures were used for this work. Phase 2B. Installation of the abutment and back wall. Again, temporary support structures were used for this work. Phase 2C. Installations of wing walls and backfilling and grading and compacting soil behind the wing wall and abutment. Phase 3. Installation of the bearings and the pads. And Phase 4. Installation of the single cell pre-stressed concrete box girders on the two parallel abutment and piers. Using two modern installation methods. 1. Incremental launching method, or what you can call push out or clock push method, and the balance cantilever method. To emphasize of the construction of the second Niger Bridge on a single pre-stressed concrete girder using the modern installation method of incremental launching method or push-out method and the balance cantilever method. Please subscribe to this channel if you like the information presented here and it doesn't cost you anything. Thanks for watching.